Marlin Travels, Surrey, British Columbia. Specialists in flights to anywhere in Africa and beyond. We also provide best prices to all African destinations. We are available in our Surrey City Central Mall location 7 days of the week, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. For best customer service and booking, we are located at 10153 King George Boulevard, Surrey City Central Mall, Surrey. Our telephone numbers are 604-588-8300 and 604-339-8039. You can also email us at dean.malik@marlintravel.ca. Visit our website www.marlintravel.ca/1550. Call and save on flights today.
Claus is coming to town.
To our friends in North America and around the world, this is Joe Ehizode of Platform Media International PMI Sports. Welcome to the program. My usual guest is here, Opone Anyamabo. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good.
Well, we're going to talk about something, the latest in Nigerian sports, because we have somebody heading Nigerian sports right now, and his name is Barrister Solomon Dalong. I understand the spelling is spelled D-A-L-O-N-G. If pronunciation is different from the spelling, it's Dalong. So, opponent, we have had over 13 ministers of sports, or about 13 ministers of sports since the regime of Obasanjo in 1999. And here we have a young, bubbling barrister heading sports in Nigeria, and he's from Plateau State. And his agenda, he kept saying it, he has insisted and he said it over and over again, that he's here to confront corruption in sports. Opponent, you and I know that if there's anywhere where corruption is fertilized and watered, it's in sports in Nigeria. You agree with me or not?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. So, if Dalong is coming to clean up sports, he has a lot to do. Do you agree again?
Yeah,
He has a lot to do. And I guess, like I told my friend some couple of days ago, he will need the power of Samson in the Bible to confront the hydra-headed corruption in sports in Nigeria. But opponent, where will he start from?
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
There's a lot, as you have just said, there's a lot to do. But I say the real problem there is because of there is no system, because there's no structure. When you put a structure in place, then there will be system. So if he can now set something that we can follow, that he can follow through, that's going to help. That's very, very important.
You see, people have always argued that people do not want the structure in place for Nigerian sports, because when there's no structure, corruption is enabled. And that's why they don't want structure, because if the place is structured, everything will be in place. But opponent, look at the confession of the current Minister of Sports, Solomon Dalong. He said, I was told here in Abuja in 2002, he was part of the federal government delegation to the Nations Cup in Mali 2002. He said his entitlement at the federal government delegation was supposed to be $700, but they gave him $400. And here you are 13 years later, the man who was cheated out of his ESTA code is now the Minister of Sports in Nigeria. I think the day is done for corruption, for people who are who are very corrupted in sports. What do you think?
Okay, I'll tell you this. If you don't know where you are from, you never get to your destination.
Great.
Now, see this minister?
Yeah.
He knows where he came from. So he will get to his destination. He knows how it works there now because he's been there.
Yeah.
So I think what he's going to do, he's going to structure that ministry and put a system in place.
Yeah. But you
It's
see,
going to work.
I see some people panting already. People are already fidgeting because this is a young guy, beret wearing guy, red beret. Like Thomas, he reminds me of Thomas Sankara. I saw him was wearing beret, and I was asking my friend, "Is that?" I thought he was a barrister. Why is he wearing beret? I thought he's a soldier. But he said that's the latest in Nigeria, and that's a sign. You know, the system of Buhari administration is body language. You can see from the head of state down to Solomon Dalong. It's the body language, and they're telling everybody this is not easy time anymore. There's no easy day anymore. The only easy day is tomorrow. So those
You've
people
not
who
seen.
yes, the only easy day is tomorrow. So those people who are trying to get the system corrupted, their days are gone. Right?
Yeah,
So-
they're
Look at it. Let's look at athletics and football, especially. The minister confessed that in 2002 he was cheated. If a representative of federal government was cheated of his ESTA code, what about the players? You play soccer in Nigeria. Did you experience that, Oponi?
Yeah, I'll put it this way. In 1989, when we went to Finland,
Yeah.
okay, the director general came later.
Okay.
Now, we started the tournament about 3 games into the tournament. All our officials had like 5 bags full of stuff they bought for their kids, their brothers' kids, and we are playing like we haven't paid nothing. And before we traveled, we went to see Abiola. He gave us £1,000.
Okay.
Now, having known that, look, these guys are just like loading up and we don't have anything, we call the official and tell them, you know what?
We're not playing.
We're not playing, we want to go home.
That is even when you were very young.
Yeah.
At the age of 17.
We say we're not playing anymore, we want to go home.
You see, there's this system in Nigeria, especially the Super Eagles. The officials say, "Oh, why do you have to complain? Because at least they are rich." But being rich, does that have to deny you of your entitlements? Are they not supposed to pay the players what they are entitled to?
Yes, I always say this because there is no system. You don't tell them they don't have to do whether they are rich or they are poor. When it's stipulated that this guy have to have this, you give that to him. Do not look into what that guy is outside there. Just give to him what is due to him now. Don't look into something else and say you are rich or you are not rich.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Also, I have been a reporter in Nigeria for many years. I know that the destabilization in the Super Eagles is traceable to the fact that most of the officials are swimming in the money. And the players who are the main actors are denied of their entitlements. And again, trying to tell players who are adults, who are married, who are millionaires in their clubs, coming to Nigeria to earn peanuts, tell them to sign an agreement. They don't have to protest. In the democracy, opponent, did you sign an agreement while you were even at the college, on the youth level in soccer in Nigeria? Did you?
No, I did not sign an agreement, and I think it's injustice and it's too unfair to ask players to sign an agreement. Now, this is why I say that, because I go back to what I earlier said. There is no system. When there's no system, anything goes. That is the problem we're having in Nigerian sports.
Okay. Minister Solomon Dalong. Here we are. My name is Joe Ehizo, the Platform Media International, based in Vancouver, Canada. Let's set an agenda for you, sir. I look into the camera to tell you some of the things that our administrators do. I learned that most of the corporations that leave sports, that used to sponsor sports, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Mobil, Total, they have all gone away. Why? Because they spend their money to sponsor sports and they get a bad rap, bad press. As a result of that, because officials who are supposed to administer these funds to develop sports put the money in their pocket and they have a bad press. So these companies put away. I remember Peak used to sponsor lawn tennis and volleyball. Coca-Cola, soccer, FA Cup. Pepsi, even Noga Games. Pepsi Academy is still there.
Mobile, track and field.
Where are they to the opponent? What do you think is causing these companies to pull away?
Now you see, when companies come in put in money to sponsor, the organizations or the people they're sponsoring need to be of good behavior. Now, if I put in my money, for example, here in Surrey, to say I want to sponsor school sports, maybe athletics, and what I put in the money for, the officials that are in possession of this money are not using money for that reason, and they use it for something else, the parents go to complain.
Yes.
And when parents complain, there's a problem.
You see, if the result is showing already, for the third consecutive year, Nigerian players are not nominated for African Player of the Year, BBC or African Player of the Year. Nigerians are not there. It shows there's a large gap, a wide gap between where we used to have Rashidi Yekini, Amoneke, Victor Ekpeba, Nwankwo Kanu, and now. So players are not there because the system that's supposed to develop them is not there. Why? It is not that the talent is not available, it's because there's no development. So are we saying that's the question the minister should ask? Why is it that we don't have raw talents anymore? Look at athletics. We used to have Chidi Imo, Innocent brother, Innocent Egbunike. For the past 10 years, we have not been able to raise any star in Nigeria, apart from Blessing or Kagbere. So that's the question the minister should ask. Don't you think so?
Yeah, that's the question he should ask. But I remember a couple of months ago when I came here and I was saying I want Nigerian coaches to really administer sports in Nigeria, to run sports in Nigeria, to coach Nigerian teams or whatever. What did you say? Oh, are you advocating for Nigerian coaches? All these sportsmen and women you've been calling were all coached by Nigerian coaches.
Yeah,
but so what we say, look, we have to.
What I'm saying, even when Nigerian coaches are being cheated out of their entitlement too, they don't have the gut to protest. That's what I'm against. They should shout. They should make it public that like Sasia. If Amunike didn't complain, they won't give you the necessary support to go to Chile. Sasia, I understand Sasia have been fined for complaining that he has not been given his entitlement. But where is the fund that the federal government is releasing? That's what we're talking about.
Okay, now is the job of the minister, okay, to make sure that he has people to monitor each association. That's the problem.
But the guys who will do the job are not allowed to come to the ranks. They are pushed down. Some illicit businessmen are the ones in charge in Nigerian sports. Pure and simple.
No, that's why he has to appoint people. He has to appoint people like the federal government. They have special advisors on sports.
Yeah.
The federal government.
And
so
that's
he
why
has to do that. The minister has to do that.
That's why the body language of Solomon Dalong is something that's a breath of fresh air. Don't you think so?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So thank you, Opode. Minister Dalong, I hope we are pronouncing your name correctly. Perhaps we'll get it right next time. But let me quickly use this opportunity to congratulate my very good friend, Ineka Ikem Anibese, for being appointed the Minister Media Aid. I hope you will guide the minister well, or else we will be shooting right from here. You know what I mean. So, congratulations, Ineka Anibese. For Minister of Sports, that's an agenda we have to set for you. Ask questions and take proper steps because Nigerian sports is going behind. And that's all we have for you. I want to thank Opone for coming. My name is Joe Ehizode. I remain yours sincerely, PMI Sports, reporting from here in Vancouver in Canada. Have a good night.
Marlin Travels, Surrey, British Columbia. Specialists in flights to anywhere in Africa and beyond. We also provide best prices to all African destinations. We are available in our Surrey City Central Mall location 7 days of the week, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. For best customer service and booking, we are located at 10153 King George Boulevard, Surrey City Central Mall, Surrey. Our telephone numbers are 604-588-8300 and 604-339-8039. You can also email us at dean.malik@marlintravel.ca. Visit our website www.marlintravel.ca/1550. Call and save on flights today.
'cause it's coming to town.